Hi everyone, this is Karen with Karen Louise Creates, and today I'm hopping on with another Sisterhood of the Traveling Journal video. And this one is actually a different group that I'm in. It's just starting out this month. We just mailed out our journals to the next lady in line, and so I wanted to share what I did in my journal before it heads on to the next person. So I ended up just kind of making this one about crafty stuff instead of, a little bit more personal stuff like I did in my last album. I wanted it to be a little bit different. So I ended up using Simple Stories, Crafty Things, and Let's Get Crafty. I used those two collections in here, and it's all about crafting. So when you open it up, the first thing they're going to see is their welcome letter. They can pull that out and read about the journal. And then I have a check-in page. And then the first prompt, well, no, not the first prompt. The next page then is my About Me. And I pretty much did kind of the same layout as the journals that I'm working in now for the other group. And then my first prompt is crafty tips. I wanted to know what their biggest tips were on keeping their creative space organized. So all they have to do is pull out a tag. They can put their name on it. And then on the back, they can just share their tip. And mine pretty much was just that I like to reset my desk each night sometimes it's even in the morning. It just depends. But I find that even if I'm working on something and my desk gets really messy with the collection and stuff, if I just kind of, reset everything, put everything back where it belongs, and then I'll put whatever I'm working on kind of in a pile too. But if I do that, I usually come back and I'm a little more refreshed and ready to, get started on whatever I was working on. So, and sometimes I'm a little bit more creative too, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm the type of scrapbooker. Well, I'm not a scrapbooker really, but I'm a crafter that will legit just kind of have piles on her desk as I'm working. So it can get messy sometimes. So the rest of my room, I don't know. I think that's kind of hopeless. So, and then the next prompt I have is what's your top 5 crafty must-haves? And I just kind of stamped and die cut this little typewriter for everyone. And my top 5, it's kind of hard to pick 5, because we have so much stuff. But if I just had a really small space and I could just have 5 different things, I would pick something Maggie Holmes, paper and embellishments. I would pick my Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher, and that is just the tiny stapler. And I use that on cards a lot, just as kind of like an embellishment and in journals and stuff. I love my Gemini 2 cutting machine and my Barely Arts glue. That's my favorite. And then I do like foam tape and pop dots. I would probably be lost without foam tape. So there's my top 5. And then the next prompt is to show your space. Show your creative space. So I want them to share a picture of their desk or creative space. So if they don't feel comfortable doing that, they can just take a picture of something in their room that's really nice and organized and share it. But this is part of my desk area. There's still a little bit of desk over here. It's actually not a desk. I have what used to be our family kitchen table a long time ago. And then I just wrote down here that I love to make cards, embellishments, and journals. So I left a little space for everyone. And then the next prompt I have is a crafty word scramble. And they don't need to stick this back in here. Just pull one out, do it, and then they can, sorry, my husband just walked in the house. They can throw it away. And then this is let's create a rainbow, and this is pretty self-explanatory. I just have each page with different colors. So that's it. If you want to join along and see what the next person puts in it, you can go down below and make sure you're following them on Instagram. Thanks a lot. Bye.